DHAR MANN Studios is a production company that preaches one universal law.
What happens in the dark always comes to light.
Always.
What happens in the dark always comes to light.
Yes.
What happens in the dark, I know, always comes to light.
So
What happens in the dark always comes to light. What an inspirational meaning. It's so nice and so meaningful.
what happens when his latest
Inspirational.
scandal challenges this law? After all,
What?
DHAR Mann's past business ventures
Who the freak is that? Don't tell me.
challenges this law. After
Do not tell me this is Dar. No way that's him.
all, DHAR Mann's past business ventures.
I've known a couple of people in my life who have represented themselves as serial entrepreneurs. Not saying that this is what DAR is, but those people have turned out to be con men.
His treatment of employees, and serious allegations against the entrepreneur couldn't remain hidden forever.
There should never be real weapons on set.
But as performers pick sides,
DHAR Mann pays, okay? He does pay, and it's incredible that he does.
and the lines are drawn,
And I don't know if y'all are fans of Kool-Aid, but apparently some actors are.
who will come out of this feud victorious?
Bro, what are they talking about? What are they yapping about? Watch the clown thing as he says the word. Cool. Good for him. Disclaimer, please do not send any hate to anyone mentioned in this story. This video was simply meant to report on the news and give some insight on the situation.
My life is like a movie, boldly asserts the title of DHAR Mann's About section on his personal website. And when it came to success, it was hard to deny that the entrepreneur did have his own Zuckerbergian rise to the top, albeit perhaps more straight to DVD than blockbuster worthy. From broke, single, and struggling with depression to being engaged with a family and a multi-million-dollar empire, DHAR Mann proved your struggle becomes your superpower by channeling his pain into his online content creation company, DHAR Mann Studios. In a virtual sphere dominated by the ironic and satirical, DHAR Mann Studios' unique brand of morality tales was rewarded with over 40 billion views across social media platforms as viewers lash onto the refreshingly earnest, if at times cheesy, scripted content.
Because beauty's on the inside. It's not on the outside.
So corny.
See, there was no room for moral grayness in the
Oh my gosh, bro. I don't know if I can watch this for a half an hour. Oh man.
DHAR Mann cinematic universe.
The message is very corny, but it's it's not the beauty. Beauty isn't on the outside. Hold on. Beauty isn't on the outside. Holding my partner's hand. It's on the inside that matters. Yeah, what am I doing? Oh man. It's about the inside that matters.
Where villains always made themselves cartoonishly clear.
Unless you want to get shipped off to boarding school, you be quiet.
It's on the inside that matters, guys. It's only in the inside.
Now sit down.
Because everybody knows.
Hey, kudos to all the actors. I don't blame them. Shoot, if I was getting a bag like how they getting, cause I know DHAR Mann paying a bag. Shoot, if I was them, I would not blame them. Shoot, I would. Hey, it's not on that. Hey, sure. What comes in the dark always comes to light. Hey, shoot, I can say that. I can say that for a bag.
That princesses are supposed to be light-skinned, not, you know, pale.
I can say that for a bag. 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 I can say that
dark-skinned.
Whoa! 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 Excuse me?
Is that princesses are supposed to be light-skinned, not dark-skinned.
I can't be caught wearing Kate Spade.
Yo! Yo, what the fuck? What the freak? Dude. Princesses are supposed to be dark skin. Hey. Hey, they got that. They got that. They got that.
Not dark-skinned.
Dark.
Caught wearing Kate
Yeah.
Spade. I told you I wanted a Louis Vuitton bag.
Vuitton. I want a
Were
Vuitton.
always morally superior.
Seriously, Laura? Again, how do you keep forgetting the move? I'm so sorry. How are we going to be famous TikTokers when you can't even do the dance right?
It's called a Louis Vuitton, not a Louis Vuitton. It's Vuitton. You know what I'm saying? Only people with proper class understands the real, you know. They get it. It's not Vuitton. It's Vuitton, you know. Vuitton. You gotta add the V to, like, you know, to give it a little bit of pizzazz. You feel me? A little bit of
The
pizzazz.
apologies that go unsaid in real life were always delivered with the utmost sincerity.
I just wanted to say that I'm really sorry about how I treated you back then. I was wrong.
Thank you.
Oh, word?
DHAR MANN Studios productions were about
What was
seeing
DHAR
and
MANN
promoting
thinking?
the good
I don't know,
work,
bro.
As the man himself often put it in the outro to videos.
What's good, Clicks? I see you in the chat.
We're changing lives.
Just letting you know.
Was the founder of this virtual utopia as inspiring as his content? Well, before the New York Times dubbed DHAR the moral philosopher of YouTube, every business the entrepreneur built had the unfortunate habit of crumbling at his feet. At just 19, DHAR had entered the real estate game thanks to his parents, who ran a successful taxi company and owned 130 properties in Oakland. But it wasn't just a career path that DHAR appeared to inherit, but an alleged taste for the fraudulent. In 2021, the Mann family's real estate company was fined $3.9 million by the city for hazardous housing conditions at their properties. And this wasn't the first
No
time
way.
the Manns were fined, although the previous target had been DHAR himself. In 2011, DHAR pleaded no contest to 5 felony counts after allegedly defrauding the city out of $44,000
Dang.
using a city grant program to pocket money that was meant to pay for property renovations. In the end, he was fined $37,500, but told the New York Times the conviction was later expunged. But real estate wasn't DHAR's only business endeavor.
Why did you say in your last video your title was "Click on this video if you're racist"? Just to do a random clickbait thing. I don't know. It was literally just a troll video. It really was just a troll video.
By 2010, the entrepreneur
That looks so weird. That's DHAR MANN. Where is your beard at, bro?
and his business partner,
Feet.
investment banker Derek Peterson, were allegedly leveraging DHAR's family's political connections to help their business WeGrow capitalize off of America's growing interest in a soon-to-be recreationally used legalized medicinal substance. However, when the business was sold, DHAR and his partner
Wait,
did
DHAR
not
MANN is
split
Eminem?
amicably.
What do you mean Eminem?
Derek sued DHAR MANN over unpaid debts, and in 2011 accused him of running a hydro-Ponzi scheme. But this time, it was DHAR who came out on top, as his countersuit awarded him a cash settlement and shares in one of Derek's publicly traded companies. And that brings us to 2018, when DHAR MANN Studios was born and quickly produced its first viral video. Soon enough, the company had outgrown its humble beginnings at an apartment unit and had expanded into a fully fledged operation with 3 sound stages in Burbank. And by this point, DHAR MANN Studios had reached another category of viewers, YouTube commentators.
Get this nasty thing away from me.
Dang.
Why would you do that? You got a problem?
Oh.
That's what I thought.
Original like villain? Check. Acting that looks like it was directed by somebody who's never.
Okay.
Why would you do that? You
Look
got
at
a
press.
problem?
Pussy boy.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I
As the
thought.
original like
Yo, she got pressed. I can't even lie.
villain, check. Acting that looks like it was directed by somebody who's never seen real humans interact with each other, check. An unbelievably stupid
Hey, shouts out to Mr. Duck. I think his name is the Duck or something like that.
storyline that would never occur in real life. Well, we're only 10 seconds in, but given what I know about DHAR MANN videos, I don't have my hopes up.
Everything from the clickbait titles,
Evil babysitter mistreats kid. What happens next is
Yep. Shocking.
after school special-esque scenes,
If you worked out, they'd fit.
Damn. Damn.
Just
Damn.
waiting to insult her.
and unrealistic plots,
It's for Victoria.
Why would you just tell the high school bully who you like?
had inspired snappy comebacks,
What?
cutting feedback,
August the Duck. That's who it is.
High school bully who you like.
had inspired snappy comebacks, cutting feedback, and even a bingo game to play while watching the formulaic skits.
We still have unreasonable mom, chill dad.
DHAR MANN bingo.
Yeah.
But DHAR MANN was more than just a punching bag to these creators. As he proved his success, he became a collaborator.
What are you guys talking about? Anime is for total losers.
I think my subscribers would disagree.
Behind.
Dang. Oh,
You serious?
man, that weak ass egg.
No, I'm going to cook this all over again.
Bruh, that little egg, bruh. That one single egg. I know you're not tweaking out.
Behind.
That one little egg, bro.
Serious? Watch where you're going.
You'll be
I'm
alright.
going to cook this all over again.
I'm so sorry, man.
Given the size of DHAR MANN's audience, appearing in one of his skits had become a badge of honor for influencers and actors alike, which meant the recycled group of performers that appeared in various DHAR MANN Studio skits should have considered themselves lucky, right? Well, if that were the case, the company's most recognizable faces wouldn't have been picketing outside the Burbank studios, which, on February 6, 2023, was exactly what they were doing, holding signs that read, "Fraud Man, Man Up,
Fraud
Talk to Us,"
Man.
and pseudo-clickbait title, "Multimillionaire Ignores Actors, Instantly Regrets It." The DHAR
Yo, these people are kind of wild. That's crazy.
MANN actors were making noise.
Wait, what?
But underneath the commotion, what was the message these performers were trying to send? While resentment
Wait, those are some of the actors.
varied,
Silently fires people, and he doesn't pay anyone what they're worth.
the breaking point
That's literally some of the people that act for
traced
DHAR.
back to DHAR, and a discussion that never happened.
We want a meeting with DHAR MANN, and until we get one,
However, every inaction has consequences, and for DHAR, this meant all
Please tell me that's like some type of joke video or something like that, because no way you got your own actors.
seemingly altruistic deeds were now under investigation. Had the mural for deceased DHAR MANN Studios actor Carl Judy been a loving tribute, or just for show?
It's where the Carl mural used to be. They took it down a couple days later. Never to be seen again.
Had the years the
Dang.
actors devoted to the company under the impression they were creating something special with a person who valued them?
DHAR MANN announced that he is zesty. Oh wow.
That I was being taken advantage of. Then I realized, oh, he's actually not my friend at all. Because a friend would not do this to me. A friend would not treat me this way.
Was the culture at DHAR MANN Studios a case of life?
You don't get to go around acting like you're a moral guru when you treat the people who helped make you like crap. It's not fair.
Imitating art?
I don't need you to be successful. You need me. I am the one doing all the work, and you're just taking all the credit.
Hey, careful what you say before you get fired.
The disillusionment protesters had with their workplace may have been enough for major DHAR MANN actor Carlos Chavez to quit, for 2 productions to shut down midday due to the uproar, and for viewers to tune in to protest DHAR MANN content by the droves.
we went live yesterday and got over 55,000 people in an hour. That's 1,000 people a minute. And they were actively listening, watching, supporting, and spreading the word.
But by day 2 of the protests, the impact still wasn't enough for DHAR to respond to the performers' one request. To clear up any confusion.
Bro, what? What do we want? Meeting. When do we want it? Now.
To clear up any confusion lost in the noise, one of DHAR MANN Studios' more notable actors, Colin A. Borden, posted a TikTok explaining the protests. According to Colin,
Bro,
the
what?
actors that worked at DHAR MANN Studios were independent contractors, meaning they were not employees and didn't have the major benefit that should come with a job, a sustainable income.
Not a single actor that works at DHAR MANN Studios can afford rent.
And when DHAR MANN Studios was a small operation,
No, not DHAR MANN.
willingly sacrificed. But as the company grew, the conditions for the performers remained stagnant. However, speaking out individually presented its own issue.
The trouble is, there's a culture at the studio of...
Hey, what's good, Stacy? Welcome to the stream.
So we decided to come together as a group and talk collectively with our boss, DHAR MANN.
They sent DHAR a letter and an email, which was also CC'd to the head of production and then forwarded to HR, despite them not being employees. And when the meeting was finally scheduled after being repeatedly pushed, Colin,
We got
along
5
with
people
fellow actor
viewing.
Chad
That's crazy.
Baldwin, showed up to represent the actors. But one person they requested be present was not.
Whoops.
DHAR was not there. And we
Like
said,
watching a
"No,
whole documentary.
We're not going to have the meeting until DHAR."
Yeah, this is very well put together. It is like watching a documentary.
They gave their higher-ups until Tuesday to set up a time for a meeting with DHAR MANN. However, that wasn't going to happen.
We were told explicitly that there will not be any meetings and that any issues that we have can be written down and forwarded to HR. And that's just not acceptable.
And while the simple desire for the actors to be able to speak with their boss was at the core of the protests,
The goal is to keep going to work, to have a conversation with DHAR and to keep working at DHAR MANN Studios with the people that I love. We'll see.
the conversation that the protests had sparked exposed more about the inner workings of DHAR MANN Studios than anyone could have imagined. The actors behind the gold diggers, the unfit parents, the bullies, and the stand-up friends at DHAR MANN Studios were making their voices heard through YouTube videos, TikToks, and live streams. And what their testimonials spoke to was a working environment defined by a culture of fear.
If you do bring something up, all of a sudden you disappear. You know, it's like in The Godfather, and he's Don Corleone. All of a sudden you disappear, and you never come back again.
Where actors were consistently treated as an afterthought.
I've worked with a lot of famous people, like really, like actual, real famous people.
Mhm.
And I have never been made to feel so small.
Even Ricky Yvette Westmoreland, the first actor.
I ain't gonna lie, she's so bad. Boy, I tell you,
Hired by
she's so
DHAR MANN
bad.
Studios, felt
Is she like twice, if not 3 times my age? Well, okay, not 3 times, but is she twice my age? Maybe. Would I still? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
unappreciated during her time with the company.
I walked away from the platform in March of last year, because I had grievances and I was struggling financially.
While Ricky was the performer responsible for coining the emotional acting style that
Yo, DHAR MANN
continues
is
to
a
influence
fraud.
DHAR MANN content to this day,
That's
what was built
crazy.
from her did not allegedly benefit her.
Financially,
She's 46. Shoot. Shit, 46. That's crazy. Hey, age ain't nothing but a number. I'm playing, y'all. I'm playing. Am I though? Boy.
I saw no growth. And a lot of the time, I was homeless.
This sentiment wasn't unique, but one that fellow actors like Callie Jane,
in my personal experience,
Who the
every
fuck are
video
you?
that I made, I was losing my
She looking like a bro.
and
That
Mira Mulroney
Mm.
Nobody's like,
Y'all don't know nothing about her.
like this extravagant lifestyle. We're talking like, hey, it would be really nice if, like, you know.
Yo, she looks like what an anime character would look like. Like she's like a real life. Like I would if somebody drew her, she would literally look like an anime character.
We could afford to, you know, make rent and go grocery shopping.
Wow, that's crazy.
However,
Tour perfect
speaking
match.
out about pay or expenses came with its own consequences.
When my concern about money with gas and hoteling was brought up,
You're the perfect match. Yeah.
I was never asked to come back again.
But if Dar's capacity for compassion was a reflection of his storylines,
it's never like,
On B.
don't be mean to the nerd guy because like he could actually be a really cool dude. It's always like, hey, don't be mean to the nerd guy. He might be really rich one day. If you date him, you could have a lot of money too. Or
Wow. Wow.
if past allegations of fraud were a testament to the entrepreneur's character,
it does show that there is a tendency within this person to be a certain way, to take advantage of the system, to take advantage of people.
Was there any hope for justice? Well,
Nope.
when it came to what allegedly happened to Brianni
Who are
Walker,
you?
it appeared what was right was the last thing on Dar's mind. Brianni was a child actor at DHAR MANN Studios who, behind the scenes, dealt with a medical condition that caused her body to swell to the point that she required an EpiPen or hospitalization to keep her from passing away. And while production at DHAR MANN Studios was allegedly aware of Brianni's condition, when she experienced a reaction on set, she attempted to hide it out of fear of losing her job.
I was not feeling too well, but I still wanted to work because I knew what could happen to me if I didn't finish these scenes.
Brianni was reassured her job was safe. However, as Brianni's sign she held at protests implied, she was never hired again.
Why did you fire me secretly for my medical condition without asking if I'm okay?
And
Tough.
after her attempts to receive a reason for her dismissal were ghosted for 13 months, she was left with one
13 months?
DHAR MANN, the only thing that I can think of that I did wrong was shutting down production due to my medical condition.
It had become clear the protest was about more than just money.
You still
believed
watching
DHAR MANN
this? Yep.
Studios
It's
didn't
been
have their
15
best
minutes.
interests at heart.
They do not give us credit in the videos because they specifically do not want that
Yo,
to gain followers.
why did she jump back like that? Like, bro, why are you jumping back and forth? Chill out. Ugh.
Which is really
Hold on.
because they
Hold on.
specifically do not want that to gain followers, which is
Alright, I'm stop.
really
I'm stop.
cruel.
And with the allegations that the company didn't provide breaks between shoots and dodge safety protocols, it wasn't just
You still watching it? Yeah, I already started recording. I'm not gonna finish the recording without.
actors who were paying the price.
I might as well record.
The
Finish
crews
it.
are absolutely fed up with DHAR MANN Studios. I mean, most of them, or at least half of them, have been fired as of very recently.
Speaking of safety issues, in a since-deleted TikTok, actor Jaslyn Nicolette described an experience on set that forever tainted her impression of DHAR MANN Studios and Dar himself.
Jesus, that forehead.
Set is my safe place and always has been.
Mhm.
It's the one place that I feel like I can be myself, and that was taken away from me.
Jaslyn had agreed to do a Halloween-themed TikTok with Dar. The plan was that he would chase her with a weapon, which Jaslyn assumed would be a prop. However, what Jaslyn allegedly came face-to-face with wasn't a realistic imitation, but a real blade. The actor told production
Dang.
she felt unsafe, and eventually a director suggested they use a spatula instead.
I then proceeded to run out of the studio crying. I had a complete meltdown.
While Jaslyn was told she couldn't speak to Dar about the situation, she received an apology from the head of production and a promise there would be assistance.
Dang, so I thought DHAR MANN was like really like the one who like makes the, or he does the, I thought DHAR MANN was the one who like he comes up with the videos and then he tells people what to do. But no, I don't even think he makes up the videos now. At this point, it just seems like he just thinks of the videos. If anything, he thinks of the videos and then he just tells people to do it. And then everybody else just handles it for him. It doesn't even seem like DHAR MANN actually does anything at this point. He just gets a lot of people to do stuff for him because he has money.
Directors on these types of shoots in the future. However, when Jaslyn finally built up
He just gets a bunch of people to do his work and then he just slaps his face on the channel.
the nerve to return
Just
to
slaps
the
his face
studio
on it.
after 3 months, those
He doing
promised
that.
assistant directors were nowhere to be seen.
Something like that happening, and they told me that I was going to.
Oh man. He hits the Hold on. Y'all know the pose. Y'all know the pose.
Going to be change, and the change wasn't.
Y'all know the pose. If y'all don't, hold on. Yeah, that's the pose I'm talking about right there. That's the pose we all know and love.
Wasn't regulated and it wasn't enforced, and it really changed how I view.
You cannot stop moving without change. What?
For that, I stand with the actors.
But was the situation at Dhar Mann Studios really as dire
You don't want to
as
mess with the
story
alpha
made it seem?
stance.
Actor Dylan J. Harris was torn. On one hand, there
You really don't want to mess with the
But I'm gonna play
alpha.
devil's advocate and let you know he doesn't pay us minimum wage, and there are a lot of people that make that or even less than that, doing jobs that they hate even more, and I'm very aware of that.
The money and exposure that came with the gig was the carrot that Dhar Mann Studios dangled before aspiring actors looking for a way into a notoriously exclusive industry. However, from Dylan's perspective, silence can't be bought.
And
Bro, he has the Sigma face.
to a big brother agenda where you can't say
No way you just called it a freaking Sigma face. No way you dude really just said he has the Sigma face.
This might make quitting sound like a natural decision.
Just because his face isn't round and he has no freaking
But according to former Dhar Mann
cheek
actor
fat.
Ethan Ing, removing yourself from Dhar Mann Studios was like leaving a toxic
Sigma
relationship.
face. That's
On
funny.
Top of the high highs and fear of being replaced, the directors, crew, and cast all united under a common mission that made Dhar Mann Studios feel like a family.
We felt like we were part of something big.
Okay, bro. All right, Twisty.
And there was the expectation that we're making a difference, we're making a change, and we get to do that while we're acting, doing the job that we love, and we're getting paid, even though it was such a small amount.
But amid the developing PR nightmare that was stirring, the patriarch of
Is
the
it
Dhar
really a
Mann
small
fam
amount?
was about to put his foot down. In a YouTube community post, Dhar Mann placed the onus for what happened on the actors, who walked out of the meeting with senior leaders and refused the following opportunity to send written feedback.
The actor representative refused to communicate any concerns and instead walked out. We followed up with a request for written feedback and never received a response. Yo, bro, you get paid $30K. So shut up. $30K is crazy. Bro, they really complaining and they just getting no response.
Complaints about pay, Dhar wasn't going to apologize for the allegedly competitive rates he offered performers.
Dhar for real just like sitting in his money pile just $1, $2. Oh, how many digits we have? Oh, is that 8 digits? Oh, that's just love looking at my bank account. Oh, mwah. Loves just checking my bank account just to just love it.
With extras receiving $18 an hour and speaking roles $33 to $44 an hour. We do not offer full-time positions as we try to spread around opportunities and show a wide range of faces. All details, including pay rate and length of the production, are specified in the offer letter, and the actor has the freedom to accept or decline the
Just
project.
sitting in his
Dhar
pile of
explained.
money, his
He
pile
ended
of
his post
cash,
with
and
an
just
apology, not
just
to the
indulging in it.
protesters, but to the production members and actors disrupted by their racket. And on their Instagram story, Dhar Mann Studios presented a new version of events where it wasn't Dhar who was being unreasonable.
Truth on Friday, January 13th, end of the day, 3:05 p.m. We received an email requesting a meeting. We are asked to respond by Monday, which was a national holiday, MLK, in regards to setting up a meeting.
According to the company,
Despite the short response demand, our head of human resources responded by Monday. Names removed for privacy reasons. Hi, I'm Janessa, the head of the HR. I was forwarded your email. I'd love to chat with you / other actors to hear any ideas on how we can make things better. I'll gather some dates / times that work and get back to you soon.
performers had asked for and promptly received a response to their request for a meeting.
Then they posted this on
Despite
Instagram?
requiring their higher-ups to respond on Martin Luther King Day. And while the
Bro, I
actors
hate
replied
Dhar.
that they'd appreciate
No, I
Dhar's
hate
and the
Dhar
head of
Mann.
Productions attendance, it was never stated as a requirement. However, when Dhar wasn't at the meeting, he at no point RSVP'd, and the actor representatives angrily walked out after a few minutes.
Dang.
And these weren't the only corrections needed for the alleged myths the actors had propagated during their protests. The production company also denied the implication that Carl's mural had been voluntarily removed, stating their property management required it to be taken down and that they planned to recreate it once they had their future campus. Further myths include the allegations that Dhar Mann Studios didn't pay their actors, that they failed to provide credit,
Dang, they really did not allow the disrespect.
and that they dismissed performers based on medical conditions or disabilities, which they made a point of representing in their projects. As for the implication that actors couldn't speak their minds, Dhar Mann Studios insisted they were a feedback-driven culture that provided various opportunities for actors to share anonymous assessments, which were typically overwhelmingly positive. And for followers that were hesitant to take the production company at their word, the Instagram stories highlighted responses from actors and parents that conflicted with the messages behind the protests and presented a positive side to Dhar Mann Studios. So, had the protesters bent the truth to fit their own agenda? According to a TikTok live with Rachel Christensen, Mayer, and Chas, they didn't believe they did. According to the protesters, they'd given their higher-ups until Martin Luther King Day to schedule the meeting because the studio wasn't observing the holiday. However, they later extended the deadline until Tuesday. Just one of the points from their correspondence that the Instagram stories failed to mention.
And representing half of the letters. And manipulating word choice.
In fact, the actors claimed other messages they sent made the one demand they had for the meeting indisputable.
That there was a very clear
Big feet.
understanding that Dhar needed to be there, not this willy-nilly. Well, we don't.
Bro, what are y'all yapping about in the freaking chat?
Has to be there.
And while their pay might have appeared more than generous on paper, an alleged minimum of 2 hours of work, after committing to days of shooting, proved looks can be deceiving.
They'll ask you to hold 4 days.
Yeah.
You'll work one of them, and they won't tell you what your role is, but you have to agree to the contract in the 4 days. And then you show up, and you're like, oh, you're working only day 2, and you're only working 3 hours. So you held 4 days for $120.
As for Carl's mural, it might have been true that the artwork had to be removed. But were they meant to be convinced that Dhar hadn't known this all along?
First of all, you know it's not your building. Why would you put a mural up anyway? It was never meant to last forever. So why not just have a portrait done?
However, as the stories from Dhar Mann Studios
Crazy.
proved, Dhar had his own soldiers, and they were gearing up to defend their boss. Catherine Norland was no extra or one-part wonder, but Dhar Mann Studios
Hey, she's just trying to get a bag.
with more appearances in their productions than any other actor. And unlike her colleagues, Catherine didn't feel like she was owed anything from the production company. In fact, the actress
She's just trying to get a bag.
to Dhar Mann Studios for the experience the company provided her.
They gave me and many actors
And she got mismatched
such
eyes.
opportunities to play different types of roles than we've been able to play.
I never noticed that.
In 2018, Catherine was ready to retire from acting. The constant insecurity of gigs and the parts that didn't reflect what she believed in had all but drained her, until Ricky told her to audition for Dhar Mann Studios.
I was thrilled to work at a company that wanted to make a difference in the world, to put out the kind of content that would inspire people to be better, that aligned with who I was and what I wanted to be as a positive force.
She just wanted a bag. It's okay to admit.
It was honestly like an answer to prayer, to not have to hustle gig after gig, day after day.
Dhar Mann, but he brings back child labor. What happens next is shocking.
And to be able to put messages out in the world that had hope and help people see.
Ain't she the Karen? Ain't she the Karen that
Unlike
fits
what
the
some other actors experienced,
because she fits the
Catherine's
role.
pockets grew with the
Her name is usually Karen.
Every single year that
She usually plays the Karen in a lot of the videos, which is actually kind of ironic.
And of the other regular actors that I have asked, they have too.
And while the actor had attempted to remain neutral, as the protests waged on, she couldn't deny her belief that Dhar Mann Studios truly cared about her, despite this opinion going against the status quo.
I've been thinking about doing this video for days, but honestly, I was too chicken. I was too chicken to be like, oh, the other actors are gonna hate me now. But when I've been seeing what they've been putting out, it was just grieving me. I've been sitting here weeping, so upset about this whole situation.
It was clear the tide had turned, as actors grateful for the time at Dhar Mann Studios spoke out.
Since it was a contract, it was a gig for me. The money I used was supplemental income, you know, and I would just put that money to the side, and you know, I did. I bought a brand new Corvette out of that.
Oh, That look nice.
It's just about what you do with it.
And one performer who was initially in support of the protests had changed her tune. On a YouTube live, Giovanna Vidal explained that while her frustration over minimal hours had made her partial to the protests, she was ready to withdraw her support.
This thing got out of hand, out of control, and way out of proportion. I do not stand for how it is being executed.
When it came to the protesters' methods, they had become far too intense for Giovanna's liking.
The minute you're burning merch, disrespectful.
Burning merch is crazy.
But wait, since when did the protests involve burning merch? Well, to be clear, this hadn't happened on the sidewalk outside the Burbank lot. In fact, flames weren't a part of the protests at all. Giovanna was likely referring to an Instagram post from actor and special effects artist Nick Sarando, where he burned a DHAR MANN t-shirt in a controlled setting for dramatic entertainment and told others not to do the same. And Mayor Mulroney wasn't going to social media.
Wow. Yo, she just got shut the fuck up. She just got shut. Oh my god, she just got.
The protest.
You know how you know that a company is most likely
She just
to
got
do
zipped
everything that
zipped
you
up.
accuse them of is when they deflect and protect, as opposed to trying to remedy the situation.
Especially those that appear to be posted without consent.
Now, this is a screenshot of a private email published on DHAR MANN Studios' public Instagram stories. Why any company would publish something like this, I have no idea, but it seems very unprofessional.
And after Catherine and the other actors who were supporting DHAR,
They're getting
the
cooked.
battle was now us versus them. They had aligned themselves with the opposing camp.
And I don't know if y'all are fans of Kool-Aid, but apparently some actors are.
Although Giovanna, for one, wasn't offended by the idea.
And you know what? If I'm drinking Kool-Aid, fine, just make it organic and take out the sugar and pass it, because you know what? At the end of the day, he's done good. Okay?
Yo.
But after all this back and forth, was peace still an option? As actors allegedly received punishments for speaking out against DHAR MANN Studios, it appeared less and less likely. Hours after the protest, actor Michael Vaccaro allegedly received an email informing him that he was no longer needed for a shoot. And then actors began to correct the statements they'd made. Dylan backed down from an allegation he made.
She looks
about
like she
dog
reads
passing
terms
away
and
on set
conditions.
After DHAR MANN hired a breeder.
Oh, wow.
I would like to make the following correction to the video I personally removed, posted on my TikTok on February 10th. Mr. Mann did not put a dog in a shoebox and then try to cover it up.
And Jaslyn
Bro,
issued
what?
an eerily similar retraction.
Mr. Mann did not point or pull a on me on set. Although there was an on set that wasn't previously discussed.
It turned out DHAR MANN had allegedly been sending cease and desists as well as reporting TikToks that spoke about the protests.
Well, apparently DHAR MANN is not a fan of my coverage because he copyright claimed this video I did on him. And as you can see right here, the claim was made by DHAR MANN himself.
And as the protests carried on into day 3,
There have been really kind of vicious attacks on us recently, and it's very difficult, but we're staying strong and we're staying here and we're going to keep fighting.
it had become clear that it wasn't daringness that was rewarded at DHAR MANN Studios, it was loyalty. According to another YouTube community post from DHAR, there would be no discussion, at least not between himself and the protesters, who he insisted were spreading misinformation. However, a meeting was set up with actors who had defended the working environment.
Oh, also, just so y'all know, she bad too. She can get it. She can get it. She can get it times 5. She can get it times 10. You hear me? Y'all don't even.
There would be
She
no
can get it.
discussion, at
I'm
least
sorry.
not
She
between himself and the protesters who he
fine black
insisted were
queen.
spreading misinformation.
Love my black queens.
However, a meeting was set up with actors who had defended the working environment at DHAR MANN Studios, which both Catherine and Giovanna attended. And improvements that had been discussed were already in motion, including a more efficient booking system, stronger communication, and more consistent.
I'm
hours
sorry,
of
y'all.
pay. On
I just had to put it out there.
Protesters held a press conference where they acknowledged the hollow victory.
Promises were made at that meeting, the changes were coming, and this is, from the beginning, all that we wanted, all that we have asked for. We stepped outside.
Yo, they're really going this crazy over DHAR MANN. Ain't gonna lie, these are grown men and women.
Risking it all so that those inside could thrive.
After all, they'd received no invitation back to work.
It is an unfortunate end, certainly, that we should lose our future employment with the company only to reach the same outcome.
But as the former Dhar Mann actors called a wrap on their protest,
Bye, Dhar Mann fam!
The divide between the protesters and Dhar Mann Studios continued to play out online as actors spoke out in defense of the production company.
From my perspective, I don't have any sort of animosity towards the studio. I don't have any sort of crazy stories necessarily.
It's really sad that you know, a few actors who had what they feel is a bad experience or to be mistreated to kind of poison the water.
Dhar Mann's account was banned, unbanned, and then unbanned again.
Banned?
Which some
Unbanned?
speculated
What?
was caused by the entrepreneur launching false copyright claims. And steps for former actors to move on appeared to be conspired against by their ex-boss.
But what's that got to do with you? Oh, you were trying to block our Indiegogo campaign video for our new YouTube channel, Goodworks, with an E, W-E-R-K-S, so that we could raise money to produce our own content on our own channel. Now that we won't be associated with you anymore, and neither will half of your subscribers, because we're not seeing your videos anymore. And that was the reason that they were watching them in the first place.
And as this messy separation between boss and former employees continues, there's no telling what truths still remain to be uncovered in—
Yo, I ain't even gonna lie. Dhar is getting cooked. Dhar is getting absolutely just straight up seasoned, boiled, and everything, bro.
the aftermath. What happened at Dhar Mann Studios proves
Seasoned,
that
boiled,
reality
fried,
TV's black and white
sauteed,
and
and all of that.
inspirational content can make it appear.
I've been at this a couple of decades, and I can honestly say, being an actor for 20 years, it's been one of my best experiences.
I was told, I love you, I
Mm.
appreciate you, your family, you're always your family. We talk about these things, but then the actions, they show different.
Wrongdoings aren't always punished.
The reality is, Dhar Mann is a multimillionaire, and he has left behind the people who help him get there just in the dust.
And lessons aren't always clear. However, as both sides attempt to make changes following the scandal,
Yes, we are going to make our own show. We're making our own content. It's coming to you ASAP.
could the protest be called
No
a success?
way.
This is the story.
No way they're gonna try to make a freaking. Wait, it's not gonna be Dhar Mann. It's gonna be like Mardan. Instead of Dhar Mann, it's gonna be Mardan.
Of Dhar Mann, the entrepreneur who had his dark past brought to light.
Dang, bro. Yo, Dhar Mann actually absolutely got cooked. Freaking James Harden, just straight up, just whipping it. That's crazy.